Gonna call the regular scheduled Bolivar City Council meeting to order for the November meeting. Thank all of the guests for coming, all of our visitors, all of our citizens, and thank everyone that's tuned in to our broadcast online. I want to start with our normal fashion with our prayer, led by Councilman Crawford, followed by our pledge. If you would stand and join us in prayer.
Shall we bow with you, please? And I know you get in trouble calling names, but we've had a loss of a former employee, Mr. Lloyd Bell, and I'd like to remember Miss Ann and Chris and Jason and their families, because they've been a lot to the city over the years. And I don't want to get in trouble, but I just wanted to remember, y'all to remember them. Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to come before you, Father. Father, we just think that we ask you to be with us as we conduct the city of Bolivar's business, Father. We ask that it would be done in according to your will, and Father, that we would seek your counsel and your advice, Father. Father, we pray for our country. We just ask for harmony and peace, Father. Father, we thank you for all the people that protect us around the world, Father. We thank you for our local first responders, policemen, firemen, emergency people, Father. Now, Father, as we go forward, we just ask that you would lead us and guide us and forgive us of our sins, Father. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you would call the roll, Ms. Clerk.
Mr. Crawford?
Here.
Mr. Douglas?
Here.
Mr. Joy?
Here.
Mr. Lau?
Here.
Mr. McKinney?
Here.
Ms. Ray? Here. Ms. Banks? Here.
Thank you. We have one set of minutes to approve, and we did have a revision to those council minutes that we, from last month's October meeting. Everyone had a chance to review the minutes. Is there a motion that we approve those minutes? I have a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Would you cast your votes? All right, motion carries. Under my report, first Mr. Crawford did mention it, but we want to ask everyone to be in prayer for the Bell family and any other families that have lost loved ones. But Lloyd was an employee here for the city 45 years, so we'll have a special proclamation or resolution for him that we'll be presenting next month. So be praying, like I said, be praying for that family and everyone else has lost loved ones through these last little bit of time here. I want to let everyone know that the office will be closed for Veterans Day on Wednesday. I want to thank this time and to recognize all the veterans and everyone that served in our armed forces. We thank you so much for your service to our country, and we appreciate you. And hopefully when we're closed on Wednesday that you guys will take time to thank a veteran for their service. I'd like to let everyone know that we will be accepting resumes for the West Bolivar Council position. We know you guys, we talked about it last meeting with Mr. Wally's election to state senate. His position has officially became vacant. So if you would like, anybody in the community, anybody would like to fill the seat vacant by Mr. Wally, you can turn in resumes to here to City Hall up until December 9th, and then we ask that you be at the council meeting in December, and we will give these, get whoever applies, give those resumes to the council, and the council will make that decision. So any questions on that, on the filling that position? Okay, at this time, I'd like Mr. Waller to come forth if he would. First, we'll say congratulations. In order to represent us in the 26th District of the State Senate. Look forward to having you and look forward to working with you. And we'll say the time that you was here on council, we appreciate your service, and just say thank you so much for your service to our city and look forward to your service in Nashville. So thank you so much, Mr. Wally.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members very much. Thank you. It's just a real honor. I mean, this is a council that works, and I'm just so proud to have been a part of it, a city that works, because of you and because of our great citizens. So I look forward on this side, and it's sad not being up there, but it's happy being down here and be able to work hand in glove with you in Nashville. For I know the legislation between charter changes and whatnot that you'll be sending, it'll be a privilege to walk with those through the process. And let me assure you too, whenever you're there in Nashville, please make my office, which is your office. Come and use it, and let me support and help you as individual council members, or certainly as council as a whole at any time. So thank you, and thank the city of Bolivar and the citizens of Bolivar for having given me the privilege of sitting on this council, and now for going on and serving as our state senator. So thank you all.
Yes, sir. And we, ladies got a little gift here from you for serving on the council, and we'll present this to you.
Senator-elect.
Well, no, it's an unusual process. I'm already the senator as of the next morning.
Okay.
They don't do the swearing in until January, but I'm already fielding all kind of constituent services and asking about four-laning roads and everything else. So, yeah, we're on the go.
On top of your list.
I hadn't even got all my
18 north.
signs down. I'm already working on it.
All right, great. 18 north, 4 lane.
Thank you very much.
All right, our department heads was just begging me to come back to the council meeting, so I gave them that honor tonight. They're all back. Y'all excited to be here, right? The electric, you have the electric report. We'll just go ahead and go straight to Mr. Cliff Henson with the utility department.
Mr. Mayor, Council, I think you have my report. I'm gonna bring this down, in front of you. The utility board met last Wednesday, the 4th of November. We discussed a few items. What's in front of you now is where we had bids for a extension on Highway 57 in Pocahontas. We're gonna extend a natural gas line over to I think it's Hatchie Hardwoods sawmill. They want to put a kill system in, and they want us to serve them with gas. This will be a real good customer for us. But Robert Stegall put the bids together, and he was at the meeting with us, and he certified them, and he recommended to the council or to the board to take the low bid because it was everything in order. And so with the recommendation of the utility board and council approval, Mr. Mayor, I would appreciate a motion on accepting the low bid from Electricom for $147,891.09.
147.
147, 890, and 109.
Right.
Is there a motion to accept the recommendation from the utility board for the low bid, 147,891.09?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. If you would, cast your votes. Motion carried.
The other item of business that was presented at the board approved the purchase of a new utility truck for the department on state contract. It will be a 2021 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 four-wheel drive. The state contract is the lowest price you'll pay for the truck. They have the actual dealers go in competition for this, so we don't have to do a bid on it. So, Mr. Mayor, I would appreciate a motion from you or the council to approve $129,767.84 for the lowest price of that truck.
Is this within the budget?
Actually, it's not in the budget because we didn't do any capital outlay the first of the year. Mayor's recommendation not to do any capital outlay, but after everything is kind of smoothed over with the COVID and we're back up running normal, this truck is really needed. So it is kind of an amendment to the budget, but it really wasn't put in the budget at the first of the process.
Yeah, we'll have to do a budget amendment at the end of the year. We didn't, like I said, we stopped all the capital outlay, so they didn't get this request, but the truck they driving now is sort of not even safe to be on the road. The front end's about to come off of it.
Do you have the money coming in?
I'm sorry?
Do you have the money coming, cause I don't see it on my agenda. Do you have the money coming in? I bet you do.
Oh, yeah, the gas is okay. Yeah, we do okay with that.
But I don't have it, but.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay with that, yeah.
Yeah, that was my question, basically my question.
Yes, sir.
Is the money there? Okay. So moved.
I have a motion and a second to purchase, truck from state contract, $29,767.84. Motion and a second, if you would, I'm sorry, Councilman McKinney made the motion and
I second.
Mr. Joyce seconded. If you would, cast your, votes. Motion carried.
Okay, the last item, the gas prices for this month, remain at 65 cents per 100 cubic foot. So that's saying a lot for the month of November, staying low like that. So, we're proud of that. And, actually, other than being very busy, we're routine, and that concludes my report.
All right. Mr. did you have a question?
Well, 65 cents, that been the last couple of months, haven't it?
It's been
A
the
couple
last,
years,
about a year and a half.
Year and a half, okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. I just
Sure
wanna make
has.
sure it's been down for a while.
It has.
That's what I'm getting at.
Very fortunate that
Yeah.
it's staying like that. Bolivar has one of the lowest rates in the area, actually, for the gas rates.
Okay, thank you.
And Nate, that amount is, thank you, Cliff, that amount for that truck and stuff is in the, utility minutes, if y'all needed that. All right, Chief Price was not able to make it tonight. You have a copy of his report. Next is the Police Department, Chief Jones.
Good evening. Good evening. Our report is as follows. Calls for service was 660, 151 citations, 16 accidents, 5 of them were injury, the rest of them were 11 property damage, 35 arrests, 3 juveniles, 32 adults. Special events, we did a saturation and we participated in the trunk or treat, which was held out at the fairgrounds. For this report, we had 319 hours of training.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Next is Parks and Rec, Mr. Stack.
Mayor and council, the bid opening for the Hatchie River project was on October 22nd at 2 p.m. The bids were over budget, and we'll have to make a decision on additional funding. Mayor might want to talk about that later, maybe. We continue to work on Sand Beach Lake. The 1.8 miles of trails are 85% gravel, and the Margin Street entrance is nearing completion. Also, we have not started close contact activities due to COVID concerns.
Okay,
Concludes
just
my report.
to mention some, the Hatchet River project, as y'all know, it came over bid the first time we went out to do it, and we turned the grant back in, we got the grant back, we downsized the project and still came in over bids. So I've been talking with A2H, they've been talking about, 2 options, us rebidding it once the, price of lumber and all that stuff goes down, or working with the low bidder to see if there's anything that we can change in that. So I haven't heard back officially from them on which option they're gonna recommend, so we'll let you guys know. We'll know by the next council meeting, what method we're gonna take with that. All right. Thank you, Mr. Stack. Mr. Vandiver and, Mr. Vandiver, you guys know, has been sick. He is, over his COVID, but he has some other issues that ask you guys to be praying for him. And a twin Mr. Boyer, Edric, twin, he's stepped up to the plate and been doing a great job filling in for Eddie. And he's been working. They usually have every other Friday off, and since Eddie's been sick, I guess, last month or so, he hadn't had a day off. So he asked if he could take some days off this week, so we gave him a couple days off this week. So he's not here tonight, but you guys have the streets and sanitation report. I'll give you guys an update on the landfill. I did meet with Mayor Sane this morning. They are still working. He actually called the contractor while I was in the office. They are trying to, hopefully the next couple of days, finish the last little bit on closing up the, connecting the lines for the leakage. They've been pumping all the water out. I think they got all that pumped out. So it's a matter of time now just before they complete that. And hopefully once the contractors are complete, then the state will certify or inspect or do whatever it is they have to do, and we can get back to putting the trash back at the landfill. We do have a dumpster truck that went down, I guess last week, a week before last. We're trying to get that fixed, so we're just trying to make it ends meet till we can get through this little process here. So I wish I could give y'all a more definite date, but Mayor Sane don't really have one at this point that he can give me. So as I talk to him, I'll just update y'all on that. Okay. We have a dumpster bid opening. Y'all know every year we budget $12,000 for dumpsters. So we put out requests for bids, and it look like we have one bid from Waste Equipment. Let's see, they always hide the price in this thing. All right, price here for their bid, 12 gauge, 8 cubic yard dumpster, 12 at $790, total price $9,480. And that is below our budget, which was $12,000. So with that, I would like to ask if we would take the low bid from Waste Equipment for $9,480.
So moved.
The motion is from Mr. Crawford. Second from Ms. Spinks. Any other questions? If you would cast your vote. Motion carried. Here you go, sir. All right, the planning commission, there was no planning report, was there?
No, they didn't meet.
Okay, no planning commission report. You have the library report. Right now, the senior citizens, I still haven't opened the senior citizen activities back up because of COVID concerns. So hopefully things will get better and we can open that back up. But right now, that's still closed along with the community room as well as the gym. Historic zoning. State report.
Historic Zoning Commission met October the 8th. The following was reviewed and discussed: an application for certificate of appropriateness for 103 North Main Street. The vault signage was put on hold for 30 days for compliance with the advertising standards and guidelines. The election of officers and discussion and changes to the bylaws was postponed. That ends my report.
Thank you, Ms. Ray. Compliance and zoning, Mr. Watkins.
Good evening, council, mayor. Y'all should have a copy of my report, but I'll read over it for you right quick. Building consultations 6, building permits written 2, building inspections 4, plumbing inspections 2, mechanical inspections 2, courtesy notices issued 20, and I attended some training sessions in Jackson and in Paris, Tennessee as well. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Watkins,
I'm sorry.
the house on Margin Street, where are we on that now?
We're jammed up in Hardeman County Courthouse is the best I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can't get any information on it.
Okay.
Every time I talk to him, it's in the mayor's hands, not this mayor, but the county mayor.
Okay.
We're waiting on him to move forward with something, so.
And also, what about the one on Cross Street?
On Cross Street, we're
28.
still trying to get something done with it. I understand what you're talking about, because the grass is about yay high and the
Yeah.
windows are,
Well, that's digging out down
I'm
now
having trouble
because-
locating the owners, so.
Yeah.
But we're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
Thank you.
And I'll just let you guys know too, I've received a lot of complaints about, Hines Boulevard, about the dumpsters and things being left out on Hines, but Mr. Watkins is working on sending out, sending out courtesy notices to all those apartments there. Okay, so hopefully we'll start seeing those guys. clean up those dumpsters in between the trash rack. There was no DEFCO meeting. The only report for Main Street is that we have canceled this year's Christmas parade because of COVID concerns and just lack of participation because of COVID with the bands, schools, and things like that. So we'll still, guys, get the street department to start putting out the Christmas decorations here pretty soon, though, and hopefully have as close as a normal Christmas as we can, and then we'll get back to doing a bigger and better parade next year. That's all the committee reports. Under old business, we have the first reading of ordinance 20007, an ordinance to amend ordinance to amend Title I, Chapter 1 of the Bolivar Municipal Code to establish the salary of the council members of the city of Bolivar. So we, I guess everyone knows where we are here. We had a committee meeting. What day was it? You guys have those minutes, I think, in here, but I'll turn it over to Ms. Ray and let her give us the recommendation of the committee.
The committee met about the establishing the salary of the city council members for the city of Bolivar, and everyone in the committee was in agreement to represent the proposal from last month.
Okay. Any questions?
You did what she said?
The committee was in agreement to present the 6,000 a year from last, the same number from last month.
And what do y'all have to prove or to show, justify $500 a month? I mean, I done did a lot out of my own pocket for almost 3.5 years. I'm not asking for no raise. You can take my money, whatever it is, because I don't know when I get it. But to ask the city to give you a $500 raise, justify it. I vote for it. If you need my vote, but I know y'all don't need it. Justify the $500. I vote for it. So I don't know who all was in the committee. I know Ms. Wright. I think if you was there, I don't know if you, I know you was out, but justify the $500. And I don't think you can do it. When we ran, it's not about money. If you want a job, an extra job, go to Walmart and be a door greeter. But $500 just taking it out, I think it's more employees that need it more than us. Thank you.
All right, any other comments, anything?
Well, our plan is to do more in the city for.
You could have been doing more before now.
Well, you know, we don't vote on it, but still, you know, that's what our plan is, to do more.
But you could have been doing, excuse me, you know how I am. But you could have been doing more before now. Do
Okay.
more now and
Well,
then
you
get
know,
some more.
like on the east end of town, we had something, we couldn't have the project because of the virus, so we had it out to the park. And 3 of the council members showed up on east end as 4, and you wasn't there.
First of all, I wouldn't invite. Let's go there. You open it up.
Well, I'm just saying.
First of all, I wouldn't invite, and I love you like a brother.
Ready for the question?
And,
Mr. Mayor, I asked for a question.
am I still talking?
Okay, go ahead, finish your, whatever you, go ahead, finish, Mr. Jordan Will.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, first of all, I wouldn't invite. They all said it together and whatever, I wouldn't invite it. I did 3 back-to-school drives out of my own pocket, okay? I have fed the senior citizens 3 years in a row. I have gave out turkeys out of my own pocket. I have also did stuff for kids that y'all don't even know nothing about, out of my own pocket. But for you to say you want $500 and I'm saying no, justify it. That's all I'm asking. Justify it. It can't be justified. But if you want to take it from the citizen, go right ahead. But if you justify it, I vote for it. It just can't get my vote. And I understand what you're saying. You're going to do more because you got more. So call for the question.
Any other question, anything? Okay, I believe Mr. Crawford was before you. I think he was saying the same thing you were saying, Mr. McKinney. Go ahead, Mr. Crawford. Was you, okay. Any other
They was just
discussion?
trying to cut me off.
So is there do I hear a motion to anything?
I make a motion that we approve.
I have a motion to approve ordinance 20007. Is there a second?
A second.
Motion and a second, if you would, call the.
I'd like to make an amendment to that motion.
Okay. Have a motion to approve ordinance 20-007, and Mr. Crawford has an amendment. Go ahead on your amendment to the motion.
I recommend that we take it back to the $250 and pay all committee members $50 for the committee meetings that they attend.
Okay, take it back to so lower it from 275 to
Well,
250.
no, take it to 275 from the 500, take it
To
back to
275.
275 where it is now. And
Okay.
$50 for
Per
the
committee meeting.
committee meetings for ones they attend.
Okay, so we have amendment to that motion, so the amendment
But you already had a motion and a second.
well,
for
you'll
a
vote
vote.
on the amendment.
On the amendment.
Do what
And
now?
I said we'll be voting on the amendment, and then if that fails, then you'll vote on what this is. So the amendment is to vote for 275, let me find the word, so 275 and $50 per committee meeting. Everybody understand that amendment?
He's saying $50 per committee meeting, right? So what about if I can ask a question?
Go ahead.
What about if the committee that you're in, everybody else not getting paid, but you get paid?
Well, some committees you can't get paid by,
Those that are legally payable,
Right,
we're
yeah.
going to, like industrial board, for example, you
You
can't.
can't.
Okay, that's.
You can't pay them.
Yeah, it's cause certain committees I know don't get paid.
right. Okay. I'm sorry, did you? Yes, ma'am, we'll have public hearing at the next meeting. Go ahead.
I had a question just for procedure's sake. Did someone second the amendment?
Not yet.
I hadn't asked for it yet.
Okay, I just want to make sure before we vote.
Yeah, no, I hadn't asked for it yet.
And I was just gonna ask, can, like the historic zoning board, recreation board, can they get paid $50 since it's in the
That'll be,
CCA code book?
Yeah, my amendment would be if it legally can be paid.
yeah, so the ones that can't be, like you said, the industrial board stuff, okay, yeah. All right, so the amendment is the 275, which is what it is now, leaving it at 275, and for the ones that serve on committees, the $50 for the committee meeting. Is Mr. Crawford made that motion, is there a second? I'm sorry?
Just to clarify, consistent with his motion, if we could say, where permitted by law for
Okay.
committee meetings, because as has been stated by someone here, some committees don't permit those payments. So, if we just add the phrase, where permitted by law to his, motion about $50 per committee meeting.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you okay with that, Mr. Crawford?
Sure, that's what I.
Okay, all right, is there we have a motion from Mr. Crawford to amend that, is there a second? All right, so that motion, nobody want to second that, so that motion will fail. That amendment will fail, so, because of lack of a second. So now we're back at the original the original motion, which would be to pass ordinance 20-007.
And I'd like to make amended motion
All right, so what would you like to amend?
that if this motion passed for $500, you don't make no more than $500.
Yeah, we done that in the meeting.
Okay, I think
Well, they didn't say it.
Okay.
so what we'll do,
We didn't do that.
you'll have to, once it passes, then we can
Okay,
vote
well, you
on
see
that,
what I'm
yeah.
saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got
All right.
that straight up.
Okay.
Right.
All right,
There
so,
ain't no extra nothing.
okay, it wasn't in the word.
okay, so the motion,
They should've had that.
the motion now from Councilman Golden and second by Ms. Spinks to set the salary at $6,000 a year. I have a motion and a second. If you would, well, cast your votes, I'm sorry. Everybody understand? So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 in favor, 2 no, and 1 abstain, Mr. McKinney abstained. All right, so that motion carries. So what you were saying about the committee meeting, there won't,
That I know other people that get paid for other organizations and other committees, that this council not make no more, should not exceed no more than $500.
Yeah,
So you
that's-
can take all the boards you want,
Yeah.
you still gonna get $500 like everybody else.
Yes. Do we
And
need
I
to?
so move.
Do we need to add, like, so I know how it was before when it was set like this. That's what he just said, it was like that. Do we need to add that in there, or is that just automatic, like, because it said at 6,000.
Well, as this is written, the only thing it is addressing is what the monthly pay of the council members are. As this is written presently, it's silent on committees.
So we need to
Doesn't say
add
what you
that
could
language to that.
If there's some addition, if you want some additional language to address committees,
That was the understanding of the committee, that it wouldn't be, it would be just that flat amount.
and I would add, the same language I said before with regard to Mr. Crawford's motion, I would have to say where permitted by law, because there may be some committees where the salary for serving on the committee is imposed as a matter of law. And although I know it seems contraindicated, there are, the statutes generally will not allow you to refuse a salary. Now, you can donate your money to charity or donate it back, whatever you want to do, but there are certain committees that may have salaries that are imposed as a matter of law. So I would just add, again, the phrase, where permitted by law, as to that.
Okay, we can add that to this ordinance without going back over it to the first reading, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
Then just
before
pass
the
it at the
next
second
meeting?
reading, yeah.
Yes, sir. That's
Is everybody okay with that? Mr. Joy, that's okay?
I don't understand nothing he said.
That he would put, that you would add that, cause like you take the electric board, by law, they're paid,
They got to pay.
yeah. And they can't refuse it. So any other committees, but like I said, that was I think that was the understanding of the committee, that it won't be any extra pay on top of what they are already, this 6,000 a year is.
So where would that money go?
What money go?
You said you had to pay.
It would go to the council person that served on the committee.
That's not my motion.
Well, I don't think that motion will be against the state statute.
So the motion dead.
Yeah, if you want to, you can't.
I'm
Yeah, I
just-
guess so,
I mean,
yeah.
we discussion.
All right, yeah.
So the
It
motion
won't,
dead.
so what you're saying with, you take BEA, I think it's BEA, the utility board, and the planning commission.
Correct.
Those are the three. Those are paid by state statute, they have to be paid, everybody that serves on there. You can't not pay them. And that's not a council thing, that's a
That's a state thing.
yeah, state law. But those are, unless I'm missing one, I think that's it, and, yeah.
Yeah, it ain't nothing about 2 or 3 of them.
Okay, so,
I guess you want me to withdraw.
guess you can, yeah, I don't think I took it, but yeah, you, you can. So, somebody in the audience was, I think, trying to speak. Next month, it'll be the public hearing. This has to pass 2 readings. I'm looking around, I don't know who it was. We have to pass 2 readings. Next month, the citizens will be able to address the council, ask any questions, say how they feel about it all at the next council meeting, the second Monday of December. I don't know what day that is, but that was for whoever that was trying to speak. I didn't want to be rude, but that's just the process. Okay.
So you got my motion to withdraw, right?
Yes, sir. Now we have the second reading public hearing of ordinance 20-006, an ordinance to establish an updated occupational safety and health program plan, derives the rules and regulations to provide for safety. You guys got that, we passed that on the last month's council meeting with the safety plan. Is there a motion to adjourn from executive session into public hearing?
So moved.
I have a motion, was that Mr. Golden? No, Joy, Mr. Joy, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried, that second was Mr. Crawford. We are now in the public hearing section of ordinance 20-006. If there's anybody that would like to address the council on this ordinance, this will be your time, your opportunity to do so. All right, is there a motion to reconvene into executive session?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Joy, is there a second? Second by Mr. McKinney. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Now we're voting on ordinance 20006, the establishing the safety and health program plan. Any questions, anything on this? Motion to,
Make a motion, we approve.
motion by Mr. Joy to approve. Is there a second? If you would, cast your votes. Motion carried. Moving on to new business, with the vacancy from Mr. Councilman Wallet, Mr. Wallet, the vice mayor seat will now be vacant as well, so we'll have to fill that. So there, at this time, I will hear anybody that would like to nominate anyone for vice mayor.
Mayor, I would like to nominate Larry McKinney.
Okay, we have a nomination, Mr. McKinney. Any other nominations? Ms. McKinney, you accept that nomination?
I do.
All right, is there a motion to stop all the nominations?
I make a motion for Larry Crawford.
All right, I have a nomination for Mr. Larry Crawford. Ms. Crawford, you accept that?
Sure do.
All right, anybody else?
I make a motion for Miss Carolyn Spinks.
All right. Well, I hope y'all keeping up with all this. We got a motion for Ms. Carolyn Spinks, so that Larry. All right. Anybody else? Okay, is there a motion that we close off nominations?
Make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion, Mr. Joyce, second, Mr. Lau. All in favor, say aye. Uh-huh. So at this point, we will just call the roll. Miss, you don't have that set up in there though, do you? Miss, okay, I'm sorry. Miss, Dillinger, will you call the roll when she calls your name? You just say who you want to vote for.
Mr.
Crawford.
Crawford?
Okay.
Mr. Donovan?
Spink.
Mr. Joy?
Crawford.
Mr. Lau?
McKinney.
Mr. McKinney?
McKinney.
Ms. Ray?
Spinks.
Ms. Spinks?
Mr. McKinney.
All right. Like tic-tac-toe here. So congratulations with that, Miss McKinney. You will be, yeah, my numbers, unless I was wrong. Wasn't that right? Okay. 322.
Okay.
Yeah. With that, we'll say congratulations, Mr. McKinney. You will now take the role as vice mayor.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Thank you, Council, and thank you.
Okay. Moving on now to resolution 2020-06, resolution designating the planning commission of Bolivar, Tennessee as the Bolivar zoning appeals. By TCA code, we're allowed to have the planning commission and the board of zoning appeals will be the same committee, opposed to trying to find 7 or 8 other people to serve on another board. The planning commission and the board of zoning appeals will just be the same board. So that's what this ordinance, that's what this resolution does. Any questions on that? Is there a motion to approve resolution 2020-006?
So move.
Have a motion by Mr. Joy.
Yeah.
Motion by Mr. Joy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Golden.
Golden.
Second by Councilman Golden. If you would, cast your vote. I'm assuming everybody voted in favor of that, right?
They did.
Okay. There we go. Motion carried. A little bit later. Okay. Now next on the agenda is close the checking account for the City of Bolivar Christmas Lighting Fund at the Bank of Hardeman County. This account was opened a few years ago when we was taking donation for Christmas lights. She lists what, 400 and how much in there? $450. So what we'll do, she'll go buy some more Christmas lights and close that account out, opposed to just having that open, because we hadn't been, I don't get how long it's been since we did any Christmas lights. No, 3 years, so it's just been sitting there and it's starting to it's gonna start to have fees now, so, I'll need a motion to close that account at the Bank of Hardeman County. Motion by Ms. Curl, second by Mr. Joy. If you would, cast your vote. Motion carried. Under the Historic Zoning Board appointments, if you guys remember last month, we made, I think, 2 or 3 appointments to that board, but one of the individuals is not able to serve. So we're gonna appoint, at the next meeting, I'll bring 2 more people to appoint to the Historic Zoning Board. So that's all there. Was there anybody on community development? Motion to adjourn? Motion by Mr. Crawford, second by Mr. McKinney. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.